Hey guys, Larry the tractor guy here. Hey, we've out at a customer's farm and we're working on a 7810 tractor today. They use this tractor to load hay quite a bit. They run a pretty big hay operation here and sell a lot of hay, and then also have quite a bit of cattle to feed too. So they've got this tractor that's got a shifting problem, this 7810, and we looked at it not too long ago. And we finally got out here and got it in the shop, and I want to show you real quick what it's doing here. All the range shifters, A, B, C, and D, everything on the range works fine, okay? And everything on the power shift, 1 through 4, works fine. And so when we come over here, put the tractor in forward, it will not go into forward detent there. If you can see it, it will not. And it goes in reverse, but you sort of have to like kind of hit it pretty hard to get it to go in reverse. And so what I believe is going on here is that we've got a detent problem in the shift valve, okay? And so looking into Service Advisor, to remove that lower shift valve housing, we've got to put our speed selector here into 4th gear and then put our forward and reverser into the reverse. So we're going to go underneath the tractor and I'll show you real quick what that shift valve looks like. We're looking underneath the tractor here, and we've already got our oil drained out, and this is the bottom side of the Power Quad transmission. Okay, so the Power Quad transmission has a range box back here for your A, B, and C and D range, and then the front portion of this is the power shift pack. And so you've got your 4 power shift positions for forward and in or reverse, and then you also have your forward and reverse section, okay? And so that shifter, or that shift, is made right here for your forward reverse, okay? And so we can't get that to go into forward, and I believe what we've got is a detent or a valve that's come apart in the shift valve housing. So we're going to go ahead and remove that shift valve housing here in just a little bit. And I want to show you real quick one other important thing. So right in the center of this shift valve housing, you got 2 copper washers. Okay, those are especially in that position to seal oil from leaking out of the shift valve, okay? Because essentially what these actually do is they go up and hold an intermediate plate in the power shift portion of the transmission, okay? So we're going to go ahead and continue on removing this lower valve housing from the transmission, and we'll show you what that looks like. So we're about to pull the last bolt out of this lower shift valve assembly.
It's got to be loose.
Okay.
Now.
There you go. Have your bolt. Just move it a little bit. It's going to be hung on detents up in there too. So see your shifter over there moving. Okay, it'll come out of there. There you go.
There she goes.
Okay. Grab that gasket pan before it's set on that bucket, be alright. So we've got the shift valve removed, and we're gonna get this out on the bench here and take a look at it and see what's going on with it here real quick. So what I expected to see was this detent on the other side that goes here. I've seen those get bent over before and then not shift that valve. You're gonna have to hold that valve housing for me. Okay, and so you can see what's happening there when I pry on that valve. It's really, really stiff. It does not want to move very freely at all. So that is your forward reverse shuttle valve right there, okay? So we're gonna pull that valve out of that housing and look and see if the valve housing is scarred up, and maybe if we can polish that valve up and reuse that valve at all. Go ahead and get a new valve housing because the forward reverse valve was stuck in the housing here, and we couldn't even hardly move the forward reverse valve in the shift valve housing. And so we went ahead and ordered a new shift valve housing, got that in and installed a new valve, so you can see you can move that really easy there, and that'll make that a nice shift for this 7810. And main reason you really want that forward reverse shift valve to shift easy, because this is a loader tractor, and so that thing gets shifted from forward to reverse quite a bit. And then also found a couple of other valves here. One thing that we noticed was our modulator valve here, our modulation valve, had broke springs. I don't know if you can see those springs right down in this area here. Okay, so we had both of those modulator springs broke, and I suspect that some of the pieces from the springs went through this valve port right in this area here. Okay, and so that got over into our forward reverse valve and caused our housing to become scarred up, and then caused our valve to stick. And I'm pretty sure that's probably what caused the issue. Over a period of time, this thing moving quite a bit finally broke that spring on that modulator valve and caused damage to the valve housing. So we're going to go ahead and continue on, install the new valve housing. I got some new pins and some new detents here, and these detents also come with another spring-loaded detent without the roller. Okay, and so essentially those will go underneath, and that will apply a little bit more pressure to the detent part of the lever. Okay, and I'll show that to you a little later on, so that'll make a little more sense to you. But we're going to go ahead and put new detents in. We installed our new detents here in our shift valve. I'll show you on this old shift valve. So they would go in this area, okay, and then they would ride underneath this shift lever to give you your forward and reverse detent. Okay, and I'll show you real quick underneath the tractor. Underneath the tractor, we've got our new shift valve housing installed. We are installing all of our bolts. We got to pay particular attention to these two cap screws on, I think it's B2 and B3, or maybe B3 and B4, I can't remember, but they've got a special copper washer under those for sealing. Okay, because those two bolts run up into a brake housing inside of the transmission, or an intermediate plate to hold it in place. And so you'll have a pretty good leak right there if you don't have these copper washers installed in that area. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue on installing our valve, and our torque spec for that I believe is 133 inch-pounds. Okay, and then further inspection of this shift valve and these shift linkages, they've had a little bit of trouble going on here for quite a while with shifting on this tractor from forward to reverse. And so I was inspecting those linkages pretty close, and I'll show you what I found here on the forward reverse linkage. Okay, you can see that end, that swivel pin there is really worn down excessively. Okay, which connects on back here for the interlock on the range housing. And so we're going to replace that swivel, which ties in here to our forward reverse on our shift valve. Okay, that'll take a lot of that slack out and have a nice smooth shift from forward to reverse. And so we're going to go ahead and continue on installing our valve and then replace that swivel. So we got the shift valve installed on the 7810 tractor with the shift valve issues, and basically the forward reverser here was not working. Okay, and if you can see now, I'm going to shift it to reverse, and the forward reverser is working now like it's supposed to. Okay, and then also your 4 power shift speeds working like they're supposed to. We were having trouble actually with both of those. And then also one of the customers' big complaints was that they use this tractor to load hay. They load quite a bit of hay and sell hay and haul hay, and so they're constantly using this tractor with the forward reverser. And so one of the complaints too was that every time they went to reverse, okay, and then went back to forward, the tractor would jar really, really hard. So they were essentially having to use the clutch all the time. And so the way these tractors are designed, that should be a pretty good modulated shift there when you're using that forward reverser or that right hand reverser. And so you can see how smooth that action is now. I'm not even using the clutch at all. I'm just shifting from forward to reverse, and man, it's nice and smooth, and it's not jerky. And so I think they'll be really satisfied with the shifting of this tractor. Now, you know, when this problem started out, the customer, they pretty much thought that they had a problem with the shift linkages here in the side console, and so they started making some of their own adjustments. And when they did that, well, it really didn't help anything, because we had a problem in the shift valve first of all, but then after putting the new shift valve on, I found that I had to make all the adjustments to the forward reverser to get that back into sync so that we could actually have a good forward to reverse and reverse to forward shift. And so just a quick reminder that when you have shift problems with these 7800 and 7810s, it's not always a linkage problem. So just keep that in mind, that you could have, you know, a valve sticking or something like that. So anyway, just keep that in mind. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Hope it helped you out in diagnosing this problem and changing out that shift valve with the forward reverse valve sticking in the valve, and then also the springs broke on the modulation or modulator valve. And so appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope it helps you along the way, and we'll be seeing you soon on another call, so stay tuned. Larry the Tractor Guy signing out. Hey guys, check out Larry the Tractor Guy videos here, other videos here, subscribe here, and buy all your John Deere parts here.
We'll make it work. I think
We're gonna have to make it
we'll make it work. Come on, let's go.
We need to make
You need some food.
Y'all already burned me out.
some bloopers.
He's sitting in the sun over here, man.